deal. I made no deal.
There was a deal, and your soul is the price. Your life of murder and greed is over.
You cannot take my soul.
You could tell your master that I am not yet ready for hell.
I just want to hang out. No big deal.
What's up, everybody? And welcome back to another YoJoeJerk toy review. I'm your host, Carl Hungus,
And today, we'll be looking at the
Mezco 112th Collective, Solomon Kane. Alright, let's take a look at this box. We got Solomon fighting the forces of evil. On this side of the box, artwork logo. Other side of the box, artwork logo. Back of the box, same as the front of the box. On the bottom of the box, you get your legal shit and your barcode. Alright, let's get this bad boy open. We don't have any tape, so we're just gonna pop it. Pop. Alright, this is a Lucy, so she comes right out. Alright, let's take a quick look at this tray. I'm gonna pop the top off, put that off to the side. We're gonna take the first tray and bring it up here and take a look. We get a bunch of sets of hands, couple heads over here, some hair, some hat and hair. Alright, for the second tray, we're gonna pull this guy up. Looks like we get a dagger and a sword and another dagger and a sword. You get your Mezco bag. And on the bottom tray, we get this awesome stand. We get some blast effects. We get a bandolier. We get the Staff of Solomon, torch, fire, double pistols, and holder. All right, let's take a look at Solomon Kane. And it's looking amazing. I like the dark circles around his eyes, all the scarring, that beautiful wash throughout his forehead. Nice stern expression. I like the hair. It's sculpted really well. Has some nice little highlights in there. And we'll talk more about the head sculpts in a minute because he comes with a plethora of interchangeable pieces for his freaking head. So let's take a look at these boots. Sculpted super well. Nice buckles detail. Boots do have that swivel back and forth. Ankle has nice movement all the way around, up and down, back and forth. Better look at the boots details from behind, and my goodness, just look at those suckers. Up here on the pants, overall, when you move this sash, things look a bit goofy. His pants are like tights. I don't know about this. I think I'm gonna have to rearrange some of this stuff to really hide the fact that he looks weird under his coat a little bit. Like, he looks like he's all crouch and his legs are a little long. So we'll see what we can do. But overall, not terrible. Up here at the waist, like I said, it's kinda all off. And I think it's cause the belts are riding too high and it's making him look like he's all crotch. This vest is nice soft goods with lots of texture to simulate that leather look. Buttons are made out of real silver pieces, so that isn't paint, that's silver. Down here on the belt, all the texture and detail you could want, lots of pockets. Over here, this is a little strap for accessories, and I'll show you that in a bit. Sash looks good, nice and velvety. And up here, he's got another shirt underneath. I'll show you that more when we take the jacket off. And speaking of jacket, we'll take a look at the jacket now, and then we'll get to the arms. But it's a nice wired cape. You got a wire running around the top of the jacket, all the way around the back. Same thing over here, so you can move these and get them flowing in the wind however you want it. When he's fighting, you can kind of have him up if he's jumping, so there's lots of movement on this. Under here, it's just like a standard Mezco leather jacket thing going on. Nice pockets down here. We get another wire that runs all the way down here to another wire that goes all the way around the back, so you can literally open this up and voila. On the back of the coat, you get all kinds of nice detailing here. More of those real metal rivets running down the back of the jacket. This time time they're like a copper color. And wow, just look at this thing. This is so impressive. Also up here, the collar has wires, but let me pop his head off so we can look at the collar. And yeah, you could ride the collar up if you wanted to. You could go all grease on him.
Why could be grease lightning?
So over here on the right arm, the coat comes down to this awesome gauntlet that just has beautiful fucking detail in it. And down to the fist. On the left side, he's just got this leather bracer with burgundy straps on it. You get more of that paint on the rivets there. And overall, I like this, but when you open up the coat, he goes like full dolly mode. Like, I gotta fix this. So to take the coat off, we're gonna pop his head off. And then over here, you just want to pinch and they pop right out. And then you do the same to the left arm. Pops right out, no problem. And then I usually just kind of pull the arms back and slowly take that shit off very carefully. So here's what the figure looks like without his coat on, and I really dig it. It looks really good. The legs aren't bothering me so much. It's just when you move the sash, that's when it just kind of looks a little off. Like just his leg over here just looks a little too short, or maybe it's just his thigh looks too big, but something's off. But when you put this down, it looks pretty good. We could get close in on the belt. You could take a look at that as I spin it around. All the detail, paint, wash, it is just all there as usual. We could take a look at the back of his vest. Just looks great. Up on his shoulders, he's got these nice shoulder pads. There's tons of stitching in there that go into the pleather shit on the vest. Same thing over here. We got that collar from the undershirt there, and it looks really good. Like the contrast is all there. On the sleeves, we get these kind of classic folds you see in like Renaissance movies. I really like that. They don't fluff out too much, but they look really good. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way he looks. I'm just gonna move the belt and the sash down a little bit and see how that looks. I'll be right back. Well, upon moving the belt and the sash, I open this up and look at all the detail on the shirt underneath. This is just fucking ridiculous. Alright, so I moved the sash and I kind of lowered the belt, and I really like how this looks now. Like, he doesn't look like he's all crotch. Now we're gonna take a look at accessories. He comes with so much shit. We're gonna do this a little different. I'm gonna leave shit on the table and pick it up as we go and talk about it. First of all, we're gonna go over his bandolier because it's crucial that you know that you see all these little holes in there. I'll get closer. See all these little tiny fucking holes in here? All the accessories basically port into these things, and you can arrange them however the fuck you want. So just kind of remember that. All the little details are fucking painted. All the buckles, everything you'd ever want other companies to do. These people go fucking ballistic and paint everything, and it is just mind-blowing. I mean, look at the detail on the fucking belt there. I could see all the fake stitching. It's fucking amazing. Which leads us into the dagger. So we're gonna take a look at his first little dagger. And what can I say that I haven't already said about paint, wash, and detail? You see the pegs I'm talking about? You could basically put this thing anywhere you want. You don't have to peg everything in. You can do little onesies and angle them, and it's the same thing up here. You could peg them along the front, along the back. But here you go, nice beautiful blade, ports in no problem, looks amazing. All right, next, oh, motherfucker. Next up, we're gonna take a look at his first revolver. And it's not a revolver, it's a musket. I just like calling them revolvers. And just look at all the detail. Beautiful handle. Look at that flintlock. Same bullshit on the other side. And lots of paint. Alright, next up, we got the next dagger. Lots of gold, lots of wash, lots of detail. All the amazing shit. There's those pegs for porting I told you about. And the blade. And beautiful as always, ports in no problem. Alright, he comes with little boot daggers. Very silvery, but still they use two different colors here on the hilt and down here on the bottom. And they port into the boots, and we'll take a look at them in a bit. Over here we got his other pistol, and it's got this little port here. Lots of detail, lots of wash. You take that right off. And
and kapow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got the nice burgundy wraps on the handle. And if you want to reload, that comes down. Here she is on the other side. Ports into that weird ass holster, no problem. And looks like that. We got our first little sword, and the sheath is just more detail, more paint. Over here you got your ports. Blade comes out. Nice silver paint. Pointy ass blade. Beautiful handle. Look at all that texture. And man oh man, very nice. Ports in no problem. And he comes with another beautiful sword. Or cutlass, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because I know by just calling it a sword, I'm driving people crazy. And I apologize. But look how beautiful this thing is. Woo! And yeah, they're a little bit off on the mold, but it looks so good. And the detail is excellent. And it ports in no problem. Boop. Alright, over here we get 2 blast effects for both weapons. Yes, Solomon fell over. I saw that, motherfucker. And we're back. And yeah, they have ports for blast effects. They both look really good, and I will show it to you on both weapons. 2-barrel jobber just fits in like so. I would be extra careful because I think there is a top and a bottom. So I'm gonna flip that and we're gonna try this again. And I did that off camera, but yes, there is a top and a bottom, so be very careful. The blast effects look great, the bullets look great, this is just very cool. And here's the blast effect on the other pistol, and it fit in no problem. I think you can put this one in any which way you like. Alright, you get this amazing Staff of Solomon that looks like a kitten. That's pretty fucking cool. Tons of fucking detail and wash and all the shit we talked about 1,000 times already, but good lord, look at this fucking staff. He also includes this torch, and it's got the burgundy wrap, all kinds of detail on there. It's got a port on top for those 2 flame effects, so first one up, let's port that in. And that ported in no problem, and that's a pretty cool looking torch. Alright, let's grab this other little fucking torch thing and port this in, and that also looks good. So if he's running or a monster's like blowing some hot breath on him and it's moving, excellent effect. We're gonna go over the head sculpts next. So he comes with hats and hair sculpts, so alright, let's make this make sense. So he comes with 3 individual head sculpts, 2 different regular hairs, and then he comes with 2 hats, each with different hairstyles. So it's quite the mix-up. So I'm not gonna switch everything out. You can pretty much do that yourself. So we're gonna look at this shit individually, and then throughout the end you'll probably see me swapping the head and the hair and all that shit out. Alright, let's take a look at this guy, and this head sculpt is great. Look in the mouth, you can see the teeth. The tongue is actually a different color than the back of his mouth. That's pretty fucking amazing. All the detail in the wash is the regular head. This hat has the windswept hair like action. Top of the hat looks great. We get the texture and the detailing, and it is just an awesome head sculpt. Over here we get the resting position and the pissed off face, so kind of folded up a little bit differently, riding on the head a little bit differently. Under the eyes has nice wash and paint. All the detail in the forehead is there, and yeah, pretty fucking cool. Alright, and this little tribble here is just his windswept hair, so we'll just pop this off right here. He's got a black head. Alright, we're gonna put the head on there, and you see how he doesn't have ears, he has tabs. Every one of the hair and hat combos has these little pegs in there. So you just kind of put the head in there until you kind of click it in, and you'll see it sitting flush. Like so. It's not flush enough. And there we go, I got it that time. And see, it's just a little bit windswept. Yeah, and there we go. Like if he's fighting, it sits over the jacket better. That's why it looks a little high here, because you got to keep in mind he's got that big coat on. Here's what he looks like with the evil Quaker hat on. That's kind of fucking cool. I really like that. And here he is with the screamy, and the hair is blowing in the wind. That's also awesome. I like like all the combos they got going on. And here's the screamy face with the resting hair, so you get it. They all just kind of swap around until you get what you're looking for, but that's fucking dope. Alright, our boy comes with a plethora of hands. Right hand has open grabby, utilitarian grabby, trigger finger, pointy. He comes with trigger finger, open grabby, and 2 different sword grabbing hands. And he came equipped with the fists. Alright, we're gonna get him loaded up. I put the bandolier on him. I'm not gonna put too many items on him because I'm putting a trench coat over. Also, equipped with the double knives. They fit in the hands and look great. And here we have him with one of the pistols and the sword. I also threw this dagger across the bandolier, and that looks pretty fucking badass. Here he is with the other pistol and the other sword. And here are the boot daggers, and down here there's a little slot for him. It's a little tough to see, but you'll get it. Boop. Same thing on this side. Boop. And here he is with the Staff of Solomon and the torch. And I threw the jacket on, and I am just feeling this. And for size comparison, we have him with Captain Nemo and Diabolic. And here we have him with a Cobra Trooper and the Swarm Horde. And last up, we have him with Nosferatu and Blade. So at the end of the day, and my final thoughts on Solomon Kane are, so overall, I'm very pleased with the figure. I'm not crazy about the pants, but I fixed that by just moving the belts around. I'm very happy with it. So overall, I love the Pulp Heroes, so this is great for me, and I can't wait for the rest of them. So I give this guy a 9 out of 10, and I'm very pleased. And that's all I got this time, people. I'd like to thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next review.
Holy shit, you made it through the video? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.